At high level, it is a reflection. Some would call it a partial memoir about how I went from, being a high school dropout and being faced with a lot of social and systemic barriers to actually obtaining a PhD in the very subject that many would consider created those social conditions that I was living in. And so it is reflective in that I am processing trauma, public policy and how that creates social live conditions, namely in neighborhoods like I grew up in. Reflecting on how policy is connected to trauma itself and how the residue of redlining, right, that concentrates poverty in predominantly Black neighborhoods is connected to education, right? Most times when people think about housing, they forget that it is connected to education because property taxes actually fund, right, school budgets. And I'm also reflecting about my mom and watching her navigate being a single parent, some of the internal things that I was processing. But I'm also giving a call indirectly to people to become community because there were pivotal moments in my own life where people became proximate, to use the word that you just lifted up, that helped me to overcome some of the pitfalls that could have held me back in life, so to speak. And how I've used all of this, right? Because most people ask me why so much education. And I normally say that education is a tool that expands the capacity to serve more, right? It is
Mm.
not something that is self serving, right? I have accumulated a bunch of tools, whether it be literature and or training to serve my community more. And yeah, right now I am still serving the community and being proximate to those who I can relate to, identify with, but also have the depth of knowledge to understand some of the nuance through that. And so I want to be a source of hope. So that's high level.